Erin Lowe, and my business topic I have chosen is providing a 5-star customer experience. The reason I chose this topic was because I have over a decade work experience in the customer service industry. My techniques are a proven method. I use them on a daily basis. The first thing that I always do is I make eye contact. As a customer service rep, you have 10 seconds to capture that customer's attention. If you don't capture it within the first 10 seconds, you will not be able to control the interaction. Making eye contact is important because it's nonverbal communication, showing that the customer that you have given them your full and undivided attention. Any barriers the customer will go away if you maintain eye contact with them. Second, I offer a firm handshake. The next step is a nonverbal communication sign. By offering a firm handshake, this tells your customer that you are confident and have a strong personality. It also shows that you are not scared of taking control of the interaction. You need to establish a leader role in the first 30 seconds to make an impression that they are dealing with a professional. Customers want to be able to go into a place of business and be able to deal with a competent professional expert. It is your job to be an expert to give that impression to your customers. The third thing I do is give the customer your name. A customer wants to be reassured that they are dealing with a professional expert that is down to earth and friendly. By providing your name to the customer, you are establishing a friendly and inviting rapport with them. When you provide your name, they will provide you with their name, which opens a friendly dialogue. Offer assistance. The next item has to happen to keep the flow of conversation going is to offer assistance by stating, "How may I assist you today?" The terminology assistance gives you the opportunity to use positive terminology. If you ask the customer, "How may I help you?" you are giving them the impression that they have a problem. Try to stay away from the negative terminology. That is why I always offer my assistance. The next thing we all want to focus on is listening. While listening, you want to make notes to remember key points, so that way you can restate those key points back to the customer. This shows the customer that you cared enough to listen to their concerns. There is nothing worse than calling going to a company and being asked several times the same question. The customer should only have to state a statement once. The next thing we want to do is open the dialogue. You open the dialogue by asking probing questions. 9 times out of 10, a customer does not know what they want or need. They usually know how much they want to spend, and they know how they will use the services. It is our job to help the customer understand what product and services they can get within their price point. If you listen, the next thing in the open the dialogue section is listening to the customer's needs versus the wants. Most people usually want all the bells and whistles, but don't have the finances to pay for it. So it is our job as a liaison between the company and our customers to try and find the right plan to meet the customer's needs and stay within their budget. If their budget allows you to give them more bells and whistles, then that is fine. The next thing you have to do is to make sure you ask the hard questions. Sometimes the customer can't afford their needs. So this is when the customer service rep steps in, and you have to be able to ask those hard questions about what they are willing to give up to not have in their plan in order to stay within their budget. Sometimes a person is not willing to give up anything. If this is the case, then give them the package that they requested. If they want it, they will figure out a way to pay for it. The next thing I do is make sure I formulate a plan of resolution. Based on the answers given, start formulating plans of resolution in your head. Before you speak about what plans you have, you must have a good understanding of the needs versus the wants and the price point. Always have a backup plan. Maybe one extra, maybe two extra. I usually do 3 plans in my head. I will always formulate the backup plan. Our culture, people are proven to never say yes to the first plan that is given. So you always want to make sure that you give them options or the illusion of options, and that's why I always will give 3 plans. The next topic is honesty. Truth builds loyalty. Every day I have people tell me that I stay with your company because I tell the customer the truth. I tell my customers all the terms and conditions. I make sure that if they are going to need further interaction with the company, I set them up with realistic expectations. If you are truthful with the customers, they will be loyal to you as their liaison between the company and the customer. Next thing I do with honesty, we need to make sure we give all the details, good, bad, and ugly. I have always made sure that I am honest with my customers about every detail that there is. That way they can make the best decision for their family. What I do in the honesty section is I make sure I highlight the benefits and the features. I make sure I know what the features of the products will best serve my customer and have the most benefit to them. Couple of the last 2 things on this slide states, don't make promises you can't keep. This just is a good standard to live by. You always want to, it always goes back to setting the realistic expectations for the customers. The next thing is don't ever badmouth the competitor. This is common sense. If you are speaking negatively, your customer will feed off of the negativity and they will have a bad impression of you. The next slide states we need to make sure we are the expert. You need to make sure you know the products that you are selling. You need to know the services that you provide. You need to know all of the terms and conditions. You need to know the policies and procedures of your company, and you need to know the price points for each product and services. So next thing is you want to avoid negative terminology. The words that you don't want to use is don't, won't, can't, no, never. These are just a few. Phrases that should be banned from your dialogue would be I can't help you, I don't have time, or I don't know. Since we're not using negative terminology, we're going to focus on our positive terminology. Examples of positive terminology is it will be my pleasure to help you. Yes, we can take care of that. Let me see what I can do. Be polite and smile, and remember, thank you goes a long way. You want to listen to your customers. Verbal communication, nonverbal communication. Make sure you make notes. You want to capture their keywords that the customer is stating. You'll want to restate those keywords back to the customer, so that way you tie that conversation back into them. Some nonverbal communications things that you want to focus on is control your movements, exhibit good posture, practice appropriate eye contact, use gestures effectively, smile enough to convey a positive attitude, and listen attentively. Other nonverbal communication is turn off your cell phone, don't chew gum, sound enthusiastic and interested but sincere, and avoid empty words. Presentation of the plan. You want to have minimum 3 resolutions in mind. Be prepared for rejection on the first time. Ask more probing questions based on previous rejections. Find out why that plan was not working for them. Offer the second resolution. Ask more probing questions. Offer the final resolution. Ask the customer to choose their option. Restate to them that their choice is to confirm. Complete the transaction and ask them if there was anything else that you may assist them with. Offer assistance in the future, and don't forget to smile, shake their hand, and thank them for their time. These are the things that I use on a daily basis to utilize my customer service skills, and they have always worked for me, and hopefully they work for you. Thank you.